Hello everyone, welcome to day 4 of the quarantine. Day 4 of the quarantine is notable because on day 4 of the quarantine, the world was given a new hairstyle, the bullet. It's a man bun and a mullet delightfully rolled into one hairstyle. So you're welcome, world. We got a workout here to do. We're gonna change the warm-up up just a little bit. As usual, go through your general warm-up, but then when we get to the walkouts and the corrective squats, what I wanna do is combine them into one move. So you're gonna go for 20, it's 20 reps total with 10 walkouts, 10 corrective squats, but it's gonna be done, each walkout and corrective squat will be done together. So the way this is gonna go, and this is gonna come into play later, you're going to walk out, push up, and then you're gonna jump to this sit through, then go back to your plank, push up, and jump to the other side, back to the plank, walk back, stand, and then go through the corrective squat, and you'll do that for 10 reps. So again, you're gonna walk out, stand, and corrective squat for 10 reps. Next, we got a new move here. I call this one Dying Angels. Sounds morbid, but I call it Dying Angels because it's like a snow angel, but you face down. So the way this is gonna go, you're gonna be lying down. Imagine a jumping jack. You're gonna lift your legs and arms off the ground. You're gonna articulate your shoulders and hips. Then you're gonna lower them back down. As usual, it's preferred that you work this with the breath. So I'm gonna breathe in here, lift up, articulate, drop down. Breathe. Like so, go through for 20 reps. After that, we're gonna get with the TRX here. We're gonna start off 6 times through 5 position row. Remembering 5 position row, bicep curl, keep the elbows pointed forward, palm up row, palm in row, palm down, elbows go out, and then goalposts, shoulders down and back at the end. Always keeping tension in the band. Here. You're gonna go that 6 times for a total of 30 reps. Then you're gonna drop the TRX down and we're gonna work from the ground here. You're gonna go shift back. Shift back is gonna be 10 reps. Shift back as far as you can. I need a little more space here. Shift back, back to neutral. Don't let the hips dip. I see a lot of people letting go, letting the hips drop. Keep the hips up at shoulder height. Drift back. Pull yourself with your shoulders into position. After you do 10 reps, you're gonna go right into plank push-ups. Push up, come up, pike up. Now, on this pike, you are using your hip flexors to bring your legs closer to your chest, but you also wanna use your shoulders to bring your chest over your hands. So you wanna pull yourself forward into kind of a handstand position here. So when you're going from this position to the pike, you're also bringing the arms up this way as you stack your hips up over your shoulders. After that, grab your med ball. Finish up with 20 tricep push downs. All right, welcome back. So as you can see from my setup here, I'm doing single leg squat jumps, everybody's favorite. This is actually my favorite glute exercise. It's great for producing explosive power off of the blocks, but you gotta make sure you're doing it right. The biggest mistake that people make is they don't go down low enough to get into the pocket. The reason that's difficult for a lot of people is because this back leg isn't just passively along for the ride. You gotta use this back leg too. So you can see where I have the strap here, it's closer to my toes than it is to my ankle. So I'm putting weight on the top of my foot and plantar flexing here. So when I get down into the pocket, I'm dropping down here, reaching back with that back leg. I got weight on my front leg and on my back leg. My weight is on the back of the front leg and on the front of the back leg. So when I jump, I'm gonna bring the knee forward and then finish the jump by pushing through with the toe and fully plantar flexing. I wanna use all of my main joints to create power. So I get down low to use the hip, and then I push through the toe to use the ankle. I'm gonna go for 10 reps. Really make sure you're getting height, being aggressive. From there, you might need to adjust the height of your TRX. Next move we're gonna do is overhead tricep extensions. So for this one, I wanna make sure my body position is in a nice straight plank here. I don't want my hips moving back like this, and I don't want my elbows coming out in front of me. What I wanna have is a straight plank, and then with control, I'm gonna bring the hands back behind the head. This is where my triceps are gonna stretch out. And then, instead of bringing my elbows down this way, I'm going to press through with my hands and keep the elbows in a more or less stationary position, right? The goal is to get range and to have control, not to necessarily just try to move as much weight as possible. If you have to step away from the wall to make it a little bit easier so that you can get the range, then that's what you should do. From there, I'm gonna drop down to the ground. With the med ball, I'm doing a kneeling bicep throw. So the bicep throw means that the biceps are gonna be doing the work, which means the elbows need to stay pinned down at the ribs. I don't wanna use my shoulders by bringing my elbows forward. Just like I didn't want my elbows coming forward on the tricep extension, I don't want them coming forward on the med ball throw either. So what I'm looking for is just this tight little throw, keeping the elbows locked in at the sides, 20 reps. From there, the sit-throughs that I promised you earlier. So now what we're gonna do 10 sit-throughs, and we're gonna do them smoothly as a unit, one side to the other side, instead of breaking it up with that plank every time. Now when we step up and sit through, hip pointing down, foot pointing forward, I wanna get that foot up close to the level of the hand. I'm gonna jump across the other side, put my weight on my hands, jump to the other side. So every time I'm coming up to the hands, I'm stacking my weight up on top of my hands like I'm gonna go up into a handstand, but I'm just gonna let myself drop back down into the sit-through, so 10 reps there. Last thing, combination move, we're gonna do a kneeling jump into a high tuck jump. The goal here is to move between each position as fast as possible to create as much power as possible. So when I do this move, I wanna reset between each one. Imagine that starter signal in your head, and then get up, get back down, reset. Then again, reset. Get up as high as you can, as much speed, as much power as possible. Get some.